I'm not going to tell you which is the best kisser. There we go. Oh, straight in the knackers. That's... Oh, I don't even know if I can watch it. Oh. Hello, my name is Alex Kingston, and I am the author of The Ruby's Curse, the latest River Song novel. And I'm here today to react to some of River Song's most iconic moments in Doctor Who. Hello, sweetie. Sorry, I had to just say that. It's the first time I ever said it. My God. If only I knew.
Pop your helmets, everyone. We got breathers.
How do you know they're not androids?
Because I've dated androids. They're rubbish.
God, I mean, I have to... Stephen Moffat, he absolutely gave me the best lines. I mean, the other doctors, Matt Smith particularly, he always says it, and I have to agree. He just did. He gave me the best lines. I dated androids and they're rubbish. It's fabulous.
Use the red settings.
Doesn't have a red setting.
We'll use the dampers.
It doesn't have dampers.
It will do one day.
Oh, it's my sonic screwdriver. Sorry, mine's the best.
Listen to me. You've lost your friend. You're angry. I understand. But you need to be less emotional, Doctor, right now.
I'm not emotional.
Do you know what? I don't really ever watch myself. I find it very hard to watch myself. I never watched myself on ER. And it's so funny, sort of looking back, I'm actually not that bad. Sorry, it's sort of like, oh my God, this is really good. So, yeah, wow. God, who knew?
Look at the pair of you. We're all gonna die right here, and you're just squabbling like an old married couple.
Ha ha! Did you see that look? David's like, what?
One day I'm going to be someone that you trust completely. But I can't wait for you to find that out.
Do you realise how tall David is? I mean, I'm tall, but he's really tall.
So I'm going to prove it to you. And I'm sorry.
Okay, so we had to do this take a couple of times because I was a bit naughty, and that first time that I whispered in David's ear, I actually whispered Shaniqua, which made him corpse. That isn't the Doctor's real name, although I do know what it is. Spoilers.
She runs. Don't make it look like an execution.
775 349 by 10 012.
God, they look so young, Matt and Karen.
What was that? What did she say?
Coordinates.
He really doesn't know how to fly the TARDIS.
You might want to find something to hang on to.
Oh, okay. Oh my God. Okay, so this is one of my favourite moments. I mean, obviously, as you can see, I'm flying through outer space, through the universe. But on the actual day, of course, I'm not really doing that. We're just in the big studio and there's a massive sort of green screen, and I'm in a harness. And it was just so much fun having to sort of be in this harness but fly through the air. It was fabulous. Oh, there we go. Oh, there we go. It's actually quite hard because you have to look like you're being sort of transported through the universe, but in fact you're hanging and gravity is sort of kind of pulling you down. So you have to work really hard with your core and everything. So hats off to all those circus performers, because they must have a core of steel. I know what's coming up next. I really know what's coming up next. There we go. Oh, straight in the knackers. That's that's what happened. Poor old Matt. I mean, we didn't really know each other very well then. I mean, we've sort of had only just met.
Follow that ship.
So cool.
Hello, sweetie.
I'm so camp.
River. I thought you ought to know about this one. Doctor? Doctor, what is this?
Oh, it's a really, really great idea that Van Gogh painted this, and it's sort of kind of believe he would if he could. And of course, River playing Cleopatra buys into the Ruby's curse in a way, because not that Stephen knew. I mean, this was just his fantasy of River playing being Cleopatra. It's been sort of like a mystery that has bugged me, Alex, personally, for quite a while, which is who Cleopatra really was. We never really know what happened to her. You know, we don't know where she's buried. We don't actually really know what happened to her. And we certainly don't know what happened to her son, Caesarion. And that, for me, is sort of one of history's big mysteries. And so that very much informed what I wanted to put into the novel and sort of riff on, in a sense. So I hope if you get to read the novel, you'll enjoy that. But that absolutely was very much triggered by River playing Cleopatra as well.
It's me. I'm Melody. I'm your daughter.
The crew didn't know what was going on. Matt, Karen and Arthur, nobody knew what was happening until actually the day. In fact, Stephen Moffat had inserted a false scene into the script so that the actual truth wouldn't be revealed. And it was only on the shoot, I think the day before the shooting day, that Matt, Karen and Arthur got given the sides. The real sides, but the crew didn't. It was revealed to the crew as they were filming, which was kind of pretty exciting, really. But certainly, Matt, Karen and Arthur knew that I had a secret. I think I knew for about, oh my gosh, I think it was for like a good couple of months before we were shooting this episode, that Stephen revealed to me the truth behind River Song and her identity. But I swore that I would keep it secret. And of course, they all knew that I had a secret. And so there were bribes, but I didn't succumb to those. I'm very good at keeping a secret. They're not, but I am.
Yes.
Why is Matt's hair long? I can't understand. It's sort of like, it's a bit sort of, I don't know what that's about. He must have been filming something else at the same time.
I'm not sure I completely understand.
We got married and had a kid, and that's her.
Okay.
Don't look so cross.
Okay, I need a strip of cloth about a foot long. Anything will do. Never mind. River, take one end of this. Wrap it around your hand and hold it out to me.
What am I doing?
As you're told. Yeah.
You see, technically, I think he's a tesselector at this point, because I think actually, I haven't. I think that was the sort of what Stephen said this, that actually technically she didn't really marry him because actually he was a tesselector. But he doesn't seem very tesselectory at this point, I have to say.
I'm about to whisper something in your ear, and you have to remember it very, very carefully and tell no one what I said.
Shaniqua.
I'll make it a good one.
You better.
I'm not going to tell you which is the best kisser. They're all equally good because it's all the same person. Different sort of size of lips, but you know, it's the intent. When we filmed that, It was, I mean, you can see I was actually emotional, and I was emotional. I mean, the thing is, Stephen is such a good writer, and he didn't let any other writers write episodes in which River Song appeared, and you know, I was thrilled. But he's so good because he just knows exactly how to tap into something that suddenly really gets to the heart. Yes, it was a very sort of poignant moment, and I think also for me it was kind of like not just an acceptance of me, but it was sort of an acknowledgement that in some way River was part of that group, and in more ways than she actually, you know, really knew, because not only did she marry the Doctor, but she was the child of Rory and Amy. So I really was part of this very special group that, in a sense, from not being in every episode and going away and coming back, I sort of always felt like I was having to sort of re-establish or re-enter a group that was getting more and more tight. But they were so generous and sweet and welcoming and accepting that it was really special.
Your Majesty, I assure you, she is the perfect bait. When this woman is in danger, the Doctor will always come.
Oh, you are a moron. No, he won't.
I so loved doing this scene because, again, it was actually quite, again, very emotional. And what was so hard filming this episode was that I had to play that I didn't know who Peter's Doctor was or where we were. And of course, I know all of this because this was written in my diary in the very, very first episode that I had with David. You know, I was just like super impressed because I just thought the props master had sort of gone out of their way to sort of create real little stories and things to make it feel real for me. But actually, it was all stories that then we filmed later on, and there was everything that was going on in this episode now, and so it was quite hard to film not knowing what I already knew, and it got more and more difficult as this episode went on to try and sort of hold all of that back when it was so emotional.
Well, that would explain why you kept cancelling coming here. Do you remember that time when there were two of you? Because I want you to know that if this is the last night, I expect you to find a way round it.
Not everything can be avoided.
Oh, I don't even know if I can watch it. Oh.
Nobody really understands where the music comes from. It's probably something to do with the precise positions, the distance between both towers.
The whole time during this scene, the back of my mind, I just kept saying to myself, don't cry, don't cry, don't cry. And the thing that was the hardest for me was I was doing pretty well in trying to hold it back. But then I saw Peter starting to go and get teary. And then that was that for me, absolutely that. And it's really hard because when you do start crying and you're not really supposed to, then it's really tough for makeup. Because they've got to redo all your makeup and, you know, redo the mascara and get rid of the panda eyes and try and make your nose not look sort of like you've stuck it in a snowball.
How long is a night on Darillium?
24 years.
You see, that's brilliant. It's 24 years. So I have plenty of time to come back. I could literally go and have an adventure in between canapes and your starter, and then go and have another adventure. So, I mean, so much time, so much time.
This means you've always known how I was going to die. All the time we've been together, you knew I was coming here. The last time I saw you,
I never really thought about that, but that's absolutely right. My God.
you took me to Darillium to see the Singing Towers. What a night that was.
towers sang. And you cried. You wouldn't tell me why.
See, it's so funny because I'm saying all of this and I don't know what the hell it means. But it's so weird having just seen the episode that then I shot with Peter where we are at the Singing Towers of Darillium. And if you watch it the other way round, it really looks like I know what I'm talking about. But I didn't have a clue.
You've got all of that to come. You and me. Time and space. You watch us run.
That's such a great line. You, me, time and space. Watch us run. So cool.
There's only one reason I would ever tell anyone my name. There's only one time I could.
Shh now. 3. Spoilers.
2. Ooh, so good. Really dramatic. I think actually David cried in that as well. I seem to remember actually, he definitely did, because I remember Alex, I remember being quite shocked because David had been so, you know, his doctor in a sense was just starting to explore sort of those emotions of love, and you know, none of the doctors prior to David really had, and you know, he was having those feelings with Rose, but nevertheless it was still quite shocking, particularly because he'd been so sort of gung-ho and typical sort of in typical doctor mode with River throughout those 2 episodes, and then just at that last moment seeing David actually get emotional, I was quite surprised. I found it sort of quite shocking, but you know, it's powerful stuff. So if I was going to be asked if I have a favourite moment out of all of those clips that I've just seen, I don't think I could say that I have a favourite because they're all so different, but equally fabulous. So you've got the sort of heavy-hitting emotional journeys, the first sort of River being saved with David, I'm never going to say dead, or then the Singing Towers of Darillium, where in a sense her journeys come somewhat full circle, although 24 years, long time, just saying. But then there's all the fabulous comedy moments, which I'd forgotten about in a sense. So I can't choose. They were just a really great reminder of the fabulous journey of that character, and I sort of now, it's made me really kind of realise what you fans have been talking about, which is River Song is a great character and she has a great journey and sort of a great storyline, and it sort of hadn't really hit me before. Yeah. Thank you, Stephen Moffat, from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for watching. If you wish to purchase my novel, The Ruby's Curse, you can click the link below. And if you wish to watch more videos like this, subscribe to Penguin here.